There we go. Hello, Pop Chat fam. Happy Friday. It's going to be a great one today. I hope you are buckled up to talk about all things pop culture and marketing. If you're here, go ahead and say hello in the chat. But I, of course, want to thank you so much for spending your Friday with me. We've got a special guest who I will introduce shortly. So it's going to be a good one. Go ahead and say hello. It is 1 o'clock on this lovely Friday. Let me get my my slides queued up. Yukthi from Zapier is here, of course. Great to see you, Yukthi. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. And I'm glad you came back, Yukthi. I know we had a really fun time last week. Amrapali won some merch that's coming in hot. Amy's here. There she is. There's Amrapali. We'll have to see. Is Jason Rocco already queued up with his pop culture trivia and ready to win today's trivia question? Casey's here. Hello. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Casey, is this your first time at Pop Chat? Let us know. But yes, kick us off. Tell us who you are, where you're joining from, and what you do. Juliana is here. Oh my gosh, Danny is here. Emma, are you joining us from Hawaii? I will truly be popping in and out, but it's been too long. It really has. And that's what Pop Chat is for, to pop in and pop out. So we have Al from Zapier, but really it's Ryan who is our special guest. We are going to meet him. He does social at Zapier, so stay tuned. Oh my gosh, and it's Lathan's birthday. Happy birthday, Lathan. You know, it really makes me upset that I don't have like birthday music. What can we do? Dancing with Brittany to celebrate. Better than that. But let's see. There's all kinds of fun music here in StreamYard. But happy birthday. Until then, we'll just applaud. And I want to thank you for spending your birthday with us. Noah, the world's most unhelpful voice on LinkedIn, who's doing really awesome things with Brianna and the crew, some of our favorite people on LinkedIn. So drop the links to all the cool stuff you're doing, everyone. Kathy Ann is here from Scotland. 6 p.m. on a Friday. This is the perfect way to top off the day, isn't it? Isn't it, Kathy Ann? So go ahead and say hello. If this is your first time joining Pop Chat, my name is Brianne Fleming, and I am a marketer, but also a fangirl at heart. I love all things pop culture, specifically late 90s, early 2000s, hence my obsession with the Backstreet Boys. But I'm also an academic. I teach branding and social media at the University of Florida, but taking some time off to do the mom thing with baby Thea and baby Zapier. As you all know, I welcomed a baby last month, and his name is Zapier, of course. So, and Pop Chat, this is where we get to talk about trending topics and things that we're into right now, but through a pop culture lens. So, through a marketing lens. So, the cool thing about that is we get to know each other beyond just what we do for work. We get to know about shows that we like and musicians and get to bond over some of those fun things. So, Emma, you're in Connecticut now. Awesome. I didn't know that. We really have to catch up. Like you said, it's been too long. Yes, baby Zapier is Ryan's godson. He is a cutie. He is with dad right now, but he might make another appearance on the stream. Chris is here from Jacksonville, Florida, brand and community partnership marketing. Great to see you back, Chris. Jesse is here from Roanoke, the once and future Twitter dad and part-time Pop Chatter. We love our Twitter dad. And yes, today's Pop Chat is sponsored by Zapier. If you're unfamiliar with Zapier, it is a tool that helps all of your tools talk to each other and connects your apps so they work together, which saves you a ton of time on those repetitive tasks, which I know in marketing, there are a lot of things that can be total time sucks and feel really repetitive. And Zapier is here to help with that, especially Zapier Copilot, which takes the guesswork out of setting up these automations in your workflow. You basically use plain language and tell it what you want to build and what you want to create. And it essentially helps build and expand that Zap for you. But there is someone here, Ryan from Zapier, who can definitely speak to this a lot better than I can. And he's going to do a full demonstration and some of the cool things you can do with Copilot. So everyone give Ryan a warm welcome. Hi, Ryan.
Guys. First time, long time. You
Yeah.
know, long time listener, first time caller to Pop Chat.
But like we've said, we feel like we know each other because you're the godson of my child. You
That's
helped name
true.
my child.
That's true. I may or may not have rigged the vote of your LinkedIn poll to
A
name your
little bit.
baby Zapier.
Well,
Um,
to your credit, you do social at Zapier, and that poll featured several other brands. It could have been Baby Canva or Baby Trello, but
Not on my watch.
you were on it. You do not miss a notification. So
Mm-mm.
for
No,
any,
at Zapier, we like to think that we truly have a monopoly on the babies named after SaaS companies market. That's
yes,
really important to us.
at this point, I think you do. And I think we might go for round 3. So start thinking about that. I don't know if Zapier has any other companies under their umbrella, or just think about what your favorite integration might be.
Look,
Maybe,
Copilot, little, what a beautiful name for a baby girl, right?
I mean, I could be convinced. Everyone, yes, say hello to Ryan. So, Ryan, really quickly, just any words of wisdom to our fellow marketers here, people working in social, working in marketing. Just how do you juggle it all, staying on top of
Mhm.
notifications, and just really any words of wisdom from your role and what you've learned over the years that you would maybe want to share with the crew here.
Wow, how long do you got?
Yeah. Well,
Well, I'll start with lately. Lately, I've just been doing a lot of building using AI. I've been doing a lot of vibe coding. I've really been trying to elevate my knowledge, and it's really accelerated a lot of my social media work, and in particular, a lot of my researching work. So that's been pretty cool. I've been I love just experimenting and trying new tools, and it's kind of felt like I remember when I was like 12 years old, like take you back, like under my loft bed, next to my
okay.
like Agent Cody Banks
Yes.
like movie poster, right? This is all very real with my like bionicles, right? And I was
Yep.
teaching myself like Photoshop and playing Age of Empires and stuff. That's what
Yep.
it feels like nowadays when I'm just like messing around in Claude Code and like building my own little video games and
And
like
now you get
also
paid to do it.
yeah, now I
So
get paid to do it and I get unlimited accounts. Yep.
look at
Just
that.
unlimited Zapier account just to build and experiment as much as I want. It's
For your world takeover. I love it. If the answer isn't there's a Zap for that, I'm telling
oh,
you.
there sure is. Or you can build one. I'll show you how.
Yes. So stay tuned. And is that a guitar back there?
It is. It is. Oh, what that
Yeah,
just happens to be in the side of my screen to show how artistic and creative I am. Whoops.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I do love my first real job was actually in the in a Led Zeppelin tribute band. I played guitar in a Led Zeppelin tribute band for several
Why
years.
didn't we like cue up some intro music with that?
Well, it would have been a little expensive,
Yeah,
but look, we'll Zapier will cover it next time
sounds good. Sounds good. And there will be a next time. This is
for
fun
sure.
already. So first of all, I also want you to participate in our icebreaker question here and learn about your pop culture favorites. And this is open to the group, of course, as well. What is something you're super into right now? What is trending in your world? What rabbit holes are you going down? What are you super into right now? Ryan?
So I have a side business as a wedding DJ. Okay.
Okay.
And I've been getting a lot more serious about it. And something that I've just been practicing a lot more. I've been working on SEO for our website.
Yeah.
And one of the things that has led to is just an absolute obsession with 90s house music right now. I am listening to 90s house classics pretty much nonstop.
Okay.
A lot of Eurodance as well. Like if it's something that you would have heard in a gay club in the 90s where it's like some random blonde lady and some random dude who like can't actually rap. Oh, that I've been listening to it
That's your niche.
Yep, 100%. That's the sweet spot.
Amazing.
Yep.
That is so that I love just learning a fun fact about you that you're a wedding DJ. That is like
I love it. I have no DJ name though. Just go by Ryan. People always ask. Just Ryan.
And no wonder this goes so well. Like you have DJ energy, so this is gonna be great. This is gonna be a good time.
Yeah, can't you imagine me at a wedding being like, the Toyota Prius, you left your lights on.
Yes. I could totally see it. Jesse, did you just say what was the name and pun of the band? Because I
So
think
great question. Every tribute band has a pun for its name. Ours wasn't quite a pun. We were called The Outdoor after In Through the Outdoor, which is probably their most underrated album. So a little bit of like a nerdy inside Zeppelin kind of name.
I
We fought for years over what our name should have been.
it should have been Led Zeppelin, of course.
Oh, missed opportunity. Next time.
Next time.
Well, our CEO Wade is a musician. He plays a wicked saxophone. So Led Zeppelin could be a thing.
Led Zeppelin. There's got to be some legs there. Something we could do with that. Jesse is into professional wrestling right now. It's like a soap opera with a bunch of damp-looking dudes and ladies. I love every second of it.
It's never been bigger. That Netflix documentary was pretty good, so I get it. Yeah.
I think they're in South Florida tonight. My brother has tickets. Is it WWE Raw? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, I went to one live a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I totally get it now.
Yeah,
my brother understand it. Yep.
Going. So fun. Rob is here from the UK. Happy Friday. Super into watching Yellow Jackets right now. It's just become available to watch for me, so I'm a little behind. I've never seen that, but my neighbors were telling me about this. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's good. It makes me hungry, though, that show. Okay. Anyone who's seen it will understand why.
I will say what I'm into right now after last week's Pop Chat. I started Dawson's Creek, you guys. I was not prepared.
Wasn't your question around the who wrote the theme song? What was the theme
song?
Yeah.
Yes. And it all made sense because I saw that Steven Spielberg donated $25,000 to the Vanderbeek family GoFundMe. And I was just like, oh, wow, he's a really generous guy. That's really nice. I didn't realize that Dawson, like James Vanderbeek's character on Dawson's Creek, is a super fan for Spielberg. So now it just like made it even more wholesome. I had no idea that was like the connection.
Oh.
So Savannah is super into the gym. We love that for you. Thank you for joining, mid sets. Amrapali is automating my work audits and planning fun time with friends. Amrapali, we love automation around here, obviously.
My hot take is I love a screen at the gym. Love a screen at the gym. Give me when I see people watching Netflix on the elliptical or whatever, I'm like, good for you. It's 2026.
Do what you got to do to get those.
Yeah, steps. Watch Pop Chat at the gym.
Right? Maybe we should make that a thing. Just like one day, maybe it'll be like National Workout Day or something. We could all join in.
That's a pretty good idea.
Love a screen at the gym. Casey, I'm super into prioritizing myself and my career. Resigned from my job this week. Woo!
Good for you, Casey.
Good
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah. Good for you. Yeah. Now go to the gym, watch Netflix, get those endorphins. You're on cloud 9. Amazing. Kathy Ann, super into any renovation show as I'm working on my house one room at a time. We're going to need to see some before and afters, Kathy Ann, because that's the best part. And I always say that this HGTV show could have been a TikTok. Just show us the Cliffs Notes real quick. But
now there's all those AI slop TikToks of the fake remodels. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's this whole trend on TikTok of these fake AI videos of people remodeling their house in all these different ridiculous ways, but it's all AI generated.
Amazing.
But it's a huge market right now for these weird imaginary remodels. Yeah.
That's so fun. I've told everyone this, but soon this office is going to go away because this is going to be baby Zapier's room. So I'm going to need some remodeling and some reconfiguring to figure out where Pop Chat HQ is going. Maybe I just have to take it from the gym. I don't know. Bring my microphone.
Well, your baby will be hosting it from this room now. The setup's actually staying the same.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we can fit a crib right over here. So
yeah, the microphone, that arm extends.
Yes, it sure does. We're good. Let's see. Jared, shout out. I know you love the Olympics, so you must be just living it up right now. I saw Alyssa Liu's performance last night. Was amazing. Women's hockey got gold.
That was the craziest thing ever. Right before that happened, my boss, shout out Carly Moulton, she's a Canadian. She drops a message in our team chat. She goes, about to watch Canada win the gold in overtime. And I said, that's bold of you to send right now. Seconds later, the greatest single goal in hockey history. Oh, I've never seen someone jinx something more. It was awesome.
Oh man, I'll have to find a replay of that.
Oh, it's unreal. It looks like a movie.
I believe it. It looks like
Also,
Mighty
fun
Ducks.
fact about the Olympics, did you know that curling is on at 24/7? I swear every time I turn on the TV, curling is on. I'm not complaining. I actually really enjoy it, but it does seem I'm like, how many rounds are there?
Yeah, they must be exhausted. I had no idea. That's hilarious. It's funny because I'm up 24 hours a day, it seems like, feeding the baby. So it's like, oh, time difference, Milan. Like I could watch this. I could watch
You
this
watch it live.
because I'm awake.
Pop
Noah.
Cat Cribs, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Alyssa was amazing. Olympics are ending, but the Paralympics are about to begin. Don't forget to support those amazing athletes.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
no. Summer House, Miriam. Figure skating recordings. Like, I have to work in the morning. Not tonight, Savannah. It's Friday night, so enjoy.
I'll also say I've been super into Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the new Game of Thrones spinoff.
Oh,
I really thought I was one of those people. I was like, I'm over Game of Thrones. They're not going to hook me back in. Took 2 episodes. I've never been more in.
Yeah, they did. Anyone else into that? Let us know.
So good.
Ryan will need someone to talk
It's
about
so
it.
good. 30 minutes. They're like, oh, what if we make Game of Thrones but 30 minutes long? Oh,
Why not? Why not?
best.
Noah, you are not unemployed. You have a new business venture, and I want you to tell us about it. So keep us posted. Only partially related to AI slop, but there's a guy in the UK that asked ChatGPT to design his backyard, and he's made a whole series about how he's making it real. Drop the link to that as well.
That's pretty cool. I used AI to design my desk layout because I'm really bad at visualizing things. I just got a vertical monitor. It's right next to this one. Everyone asks me these questions. They're like, Ryan, what do you need a vertical monitor for? Or what are you using it for? And I'm like, leave me alone. You know, I wanted one.
Whatever I
I'm
want.
gonna figure it out. And I needed to figure out my desk setup because it's not very big, right?
Yeah.
And I used an HTML mockup. I had it like tell me sort of how I could do it. So
we're gonna need a picture of that.
I could see that in a backyard working pretty well.
Yeah. We used AI to redo our landscaping, and it mocked it all up. And we're like, okay, what plants will actually survive with this exposure and this climate? So I love this.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, let's get into today in pop culture history because we've got a Backstreet birthday today. Another one. I know it was just AJ's birthday last time. But Brian, and I'm a Brian girl, is 51 today. And then also Bad Girl Riri, 38. And Olivia Rodrigo, she's growing up. She's had her driver's license for quite a few years now. She is 23. So if you see them, make sure you happy birthday.
Be 23.
23.
Oh my God.
We need the sequel. Like, what is the sequel to driver's license?
I want to go back and warn myself, like the meme of Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar.
Yeah. Oh, time is flying. Time is flying. But this will make you feel better. Today is National Comfy Day. So go and put on your Snuggie. I hope all of you are in sweats like Ryan and I are.
Sure.
And just doing all the comfy vibes. So think about what you want to stream tonight and just chill. Sit back with your Snuggie.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Exactly. That's what we're supposed to do. And on this day in 2011, what a time, Katy Perry launched her California Dreams tour. And I thought this was an interesting quote that talks about the kind of creative and vision behind it. She said, I'm borrowing from The Wizard of Oz, Black Swan, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and a little John Waters. People are raising the bar, so you either have to get to that level or you're out of the game. This
is what I sound like when I take over a brainstorm at Zapier. And I'm like, no, you're not understanding.
Yeah.
I'm borrowing from The Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, Black Swan, and I'm just like describing like a single LinkedIn post I want to do.
And it's the best post ever, obviously.
Sometimes you got to fight for your vision.
Yeah, you got to put these on your vision board. Senior discount. Better than a driver's license. Yes, I know.
Do you think the Katy Perry in this image had any idea she would go to space? What do you think?
No, but I do think justice for Lance Bass, who actually went to space school and wanted to go to space, and somehow Katy Perry got a free ride.
Wait, they never sent Lance to space?
He never got to go. There was some like budget cut. He went through like an entire summer in Russia going to space school, and then they like cut the program and he never got to go. He never got to be a real life space cowboy, and Katy Perry just hops on and gets to go to space before Lance. That is my
So Lance Bass goes through a full Rocky IV Russia workout montage
yeah.
to become an astronaut, and they just send up Katy Perry at his place.
Yep, that's how I, in my mind, how I tell the story. I think just justice for Lance Bass, but yeah, maybe she had like Apollo 13 on this vision board.
Are we about to crowdfund sending Lance Bass to the moon?
If anyone could do it, it's people who join Pop Chat. So
That's true.
mastermind of marketers here. Poor Lance, exactly. Chris is a huge fan of OK Go's video.
Yeah.
We love those rabbit holes.
Love OK Go. I was a huge OK Go fan for a long time. Their live shows are supposed to be amazing too.
You've got to add those to your wedding DJ playlist if it's not on
Seriously.
there already. So speaking of leveling up, like Katy Perry says to do, Ryan is going to show us how to level up with Copilot. I know we've talked briefly about Copilot, and a lot of you have started experimenting with Zaps, and you might be doing too much. You can create your Zaps very simply in plain language. So I'm going to take away my screen share and give the keys to Ryan, and he's going to start off with a really special Zap that you might not know even exists. It just blew my mind before this.
It's true. Real fact, I actually threw out what I was going to present about 10 minutes before I hopped on.
Yep.
Because I remembered that we had this, and I was like, oh, it's Pop Chat. I got to show something fun. So I'm going to show something.
Things. Just scrap it, and we'll make it work.
Okay, so before we get to the fun thing, we're taking a look here.
I got it.
Can you see my screen? Amazing. Okay, so what we're looking at here is Zapier Copilot. This is sort of the new homepage of Zapier. If you're logged in, you come here. It's going to say, enter an ID or an app name to get started. The idea here is the way that you can speak to Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini in plain language and say, like, help me write a LinkedIn post, help me prepare for my day. You can do that here and actually create Zaps, right? And so I kind of want to show you an example of how we can take some inspiration that we see online and actually kind of use it to create our own automation. Because personally, I like to steal things. I could have phrased that better. I like to steal ideas from brilliant people who post the work that they're doing online, right? Like, why would I try and learn and fail constantly when I can just learn from my peers, right? And so what I love to see is when someone has built something amazing and I go, oh, I want that, right? I can literally take a screen grab of it and drop it into Copilot and say, help me build this. And it works. Pretty cool. And so I want to show you an example here using one of my personal favorite Zaps. This is actually a template that anybody can just click and try, by the way. And this is our Slackbot Taylor's version. So this has existed at Zapier long before I got here. And this literally summons Taylor Swift into any Slack thread. We had this for at least a year or two before we made it public. If you react with a Taylor Swift emoji to any message in any public Slack channel, she will enter. And if people keep reacting with her, she will keep coming. It's like the Spartans. They just don't give up. And this has turned into, we have so many different versions of this. We have an Edgar Allan Poe one, where if you react with Edgar Allan Poe, it just summons a bunch of crows just going, caw, just all over in the comments. We're not a serious company, right? We love to have fun with this stuff. And I feel like half the Zaps we build are silly things like this.
I feel like this is the key to productivity, is to have Taylor Swift in your group chat.
If you're not having fun at work, you're not going to be productive.
I mean, she wrote 2 albums during COVID, so a little Taylor Swift sprinkled into your day.
A lot more than what I did during COVID. Jeez. All right, so I wanted to show just how simple this workflow actually is. So this is just a couple of steps in a Zap. It starts with adding a new reaction in Slack, and then just dropping a new message into Slack. But instead of showing you how we would make that step by step or how we would use it as a template, I want to kind of show you how I personally use this stuff, which is a little shortcutty. So what I like to do is I like to pop into Claude and I like to start a new chat. So in this case, I actually copied and pasted everything here from the template, literally Control C, Control V. And I said, this is the description of a Taylor Swift themed Slack bot, right? If we wanted to make one themed after Bad Bunny, right, because he's crushing it, like what would be a good, simple copy paste prompt that I could drop into Copilot, right? And it gave me exactly what I need to create this app. Another good example, if we wanted to say, all right, now do one for the Backstreet Boys. I can't
Oh
type,
my God, you're after my heart.
right? So what I did was, I just gave my AI sort of the details of how our Zap worked, and I asked it to write in plain text how to build one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this
Stop.
to Zapier, and it's going to go ahead and help me build this.
You're
Okay.
gonna fully launch this, right, to the masses?
Oh, we might have to. Now, I could have just typed all this in Copilot. Of course, I could have just told it,
Yes.
but like I wanted kind of to find the quickest version, and I don't really understand maybe how this works. I
Mhm.
just saw it. I saw
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, and I said, "Oh, I want to make a Backstreet Boys version."
Yeah.
So I just told Claude or ChatGPT to do it for me, right? And that's what's so cool about Zapier. So this is going to think about the best way to do it, and then it's going to prompt me to actually enter into the Zap builder. It's admittedly going a little slower than I'd like it to right now. Gotta love live demoing.
So you could share this with your own, teams. Like if there's like a certain inside joke that you guys have,
Oh, yeah.
let's say, I don't know, your team loves Elmo because you're all parents or something. I'm in my Elmo era, as you know.
Yeah,
You could make an Elmo Slack bot just for your team and just to kind of like have fun.
absolutely. And anything you build in Zapier, you can share as a template, either like privately or publicly.
Yeah.
So it's really, really easy.
That's
I guess I made this one a little too complicated because it's taking a while, but
I
let's
mean,
try.
the Backstreet Boys have been around for 30 plus years, so there's a lot to comb
There's a
through.
lot to look through. But eventually this would end up creating exactly sort of what we see here.
Lathan says, I fear I would use Copilot to mess with my coworkers more than being actually productive.
Yes.
I'm sure there's
And
some
so
sort.
So this is a great example here. So I just pulled up this template, right? And I just said use it myself, and so it created the Taylor Swift version, and then I would just connect to my Slack, customize it. I could change it to Backstreet Boys in here if I wanted. I think there's like bottom line. I think there's a bit of an assumption with Zapier that like you have to do work or build things.
Mm-hmm.
And you like for the real complicated stuff, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But I think that like our new AI features have just made it so fast and so simple. You can even have it test. My favorite thing to do is if it gives me an error, I just copy and paste the error or screen grab the error and I just drop it into Copilot. I'm like, fix this, dude. Please fix this for me, man. Yeah, it works great. So
this is great for morale, if you ask me.
yeah, it's fun, right? And I'll show you. Like, we could actually make a super productive version of this, right? So a really popular use case here at Zapier for Zapier agents is for like a morning brief or like a morning digest, right?
Mhm.
Kind of like your own personal secretary sort of vibe, right? And
I need
so,
that for Pop Chat. I need to know like the morning headlines so I don't have to.
right, exactly. And so, what I always like to do, especially with Claude, and you'll see it should pop up. Sometimes it pops up as an actual, see, it actually pops up as multiple choice. So what I always like to do when I'm building a Zap is
Mhm.
I'll open my AI chat, ChatGPT, Claude, etc. Say, here's what I want to build. Ask me questions. That in general is going to be the number one AI hack that I can share with anybody using any AI tool. Is tell it to
Mhm.
ask you questions. That way it won't assume. I actually have a rule baked into all of my AI tools that it shouldn't assume. It should always ask me questions if it's unclear, especially
Okay.
because Claude has this fun little multiple choice
Yeah,
style
that.
guesser, which is so fun. So this is now asking me where I want to pull from, right? It's for my daily digest. Well, obviously I want Google Calendar. I want Slack. We don't use Asana, but if we did, that would be really helpful, right? And then
Mhm.
Gmail, that should be more than enough for me. What time should it DM me? 8:30 is perfect. And prioritize by urgency for sure. So I didn't even think about any of those questions. I
Yeah.
just like daily brief. I was like, I want it. I want a daily brief. And so
Yeah.
now Claude is asking me these questions, right?
So you know what you're walking into with your day. You're not,
Yeah, let's do like
surprises.
social posts. Yeah. And now I answer it and it's going to give me, oh my God, figure it out.
Stop asking me questions.
Yeah. This is how I talk to my AI. Cool. And then here we go. And so let's talk about what's actually happening here. Like it is doing a lot of the work that I would have had to do in building this app or building this agent and actually identifying and doing the thinking of what tools I need to connect, right?
Mhm.
Each one of these would have been a step for me thinking, okay, so well, I should probably connect my calendar and then my Gmail, and I guess it should pull Slack, but I don't know how it's, in that time, it's already done. Like it's
Yeah.
already figured this out, right? It's telling me, look for social posts, make sure that like if I was asked to schedule anything for anyone, make sure that's live, right? It's going to prioritize by urgency. And then I can just copy and paste, go and drop this into Zapier. Oh, look, by the way, this is ready.
Amazing.
So pretty cool, right?
That is cool. And especially if you're intimidated by the tech part of all of it, it's like, oh my God, how am I going to connect all these things? I love that you can use Claude or Chat GPT just to think through that. And it can give you that checklist and makes you, go through all of the places you can pull from and just really think it through for you without having to get overwhelmed by the tech side of it.
It's a
So
perfect way to describe it. Yes, it's like what we've done now is the tech is far enough along that we can just have you put in just plain language of what it is you want to build or
yeah.
what your problem is, etc. And you can do that all within Copilot for
Mhm.
sure. I just know people kind of will love like ChatGPT, right? Look, it just added, by the way, a little microphone reaction here. I didn't
Uh-huh.
even tell it to do that. It just chose the most relevant emoji. Pretty cool. I love that.
Perfect for
Um,
a DJ.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, I just love that it takes some of that thinking out because you have the problem or you see a use case online. Oh, this person made a Zapier daily digest, but they didn't share the template or how to do it, right? So
Mhm.
you just go and you say, I want one of those, right?
Yeah.
And I love using like whatever my existing AI tool. Like I'm a Claude guy. I know
Mhm.
you're a ChatGPT girly. Like
Yeah.
we've all got our faves, right?
Mhm.
So it's nice to be able to use that and say, hey, here's what I'm trying to do over in Zapier, right?
Mhm.
Help me figure that out because then it's able to access all of the great help documents and how-tos and everything on Zapier on the web that we publish. Just
Yeah.
all gets pulled right into that. So it's so great.
And Anna's a Claude girly, as you can see. She said, I just came back from running a Claude cowork overview training. So maybe you need to show them how Claude and Zapier can work together.
Oh, don't even get me
Let's
started. If you
do
guys haven't tried Zapier MCP, which is how you can connect Zapier to those tools so that you can say things like search Slack for things I need to do today, and it
Yeah.
will automatically be able to search Slack through Zapier. Like that's the kind of stuff that I actually use daily. That's the next level up. So highly recommend you guys if you're using Claude or ChatGPT a lot and you're using Zapier a lot, you
Yeah.
should look into MCP because it'll
Can
speed things.
Anna connect with you on that? Maybe that is something she can bring to her office and
Oh my God, of course. Send me a DM.
awesome. I really think Zapier is just like the cheat code to impress your boss. Like to be able to build these types of things or to say to your boss, like, hey, do you want a daily digest? I have this thing that shows me what to expect every day when I get to work and reminds me what's on my calendar and gives me a full overview so I'm not blindsided by anything throughout the day. And to like pitch certain things and
Yeah.
automations that save you time, like that's music to your manager's ears. So yeah, it's
And
really
what I'll say is people like we're officially at the point where the AI is smarter than us. And
yeah.
I'm sorry, the faster you can admit that to yourself, the faster you'll start doing even better work because it's not perfect by any means. But I have had multiple occasions now where I have presented a problem and a ton of information, Slack
Mhm.
threads, Google Docs, etc. And it pretty much one-shotted a solution that I hadn't thought of. That was pretty obviously the right solution. Like that's really nice. And for
Yeah.
someone who like we have two social people at all of Zapier, okay?
Mhm.
Like and one of which started 3 weeks ago. So like as someone who my hair is constantly on fire, like being able to have some of those shortcuts is pretty essential. So
Yeah, and to have them automated in the background so you don't have to think about it is
yeah,
just gold.
yeah.
Brianna's here. I know she loves Zapier. She got some merch. She made some
Yeah, I
really
love the orange background too.
yes.
Anytime people ask me where to start with Zapier, I always send them to the same place. Go check out our templates.
Mm,
It's like Canva, but for working automations. And
yeah.
what's really cool is we don't just sit around making templates. These are all real things that we've either used internally or we've seen customers use. So these
Mhm.
are all actually like proven workflows that have been used by businesses, and we just have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And they're all
Yeah.
split into starter packs. So if you're like, I just got started on Zapier. Maybe we used a bunch of other things before. I just want to start with Zapier. Where do I start? We literally have something called Marketing Starter Pack. It's right there on the templates page. It's awesome. We have it for all kinds of different roles.
Yeah. And that's such a good way to get started, because thinking about this tool, you might create an account and not know where to start and like what zaps do I really need. But if you go through and see all the templates of what's possible, it's like, you know what, I do need a daily digest in my life.
Like unless you're working at NASA, like chances are if you're here at Pop Chat, you're going to find one of those marketing use cases that's going to make your life a lot easier.
Yes.
Because they're all we all have a lot of the same problems is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. Yuthi says using Claude for prompt engineering with Zapier is such a smart move. Love this combo.
I love just combining all the best tools. Like, again, I'm a Claude nerd. I love the new Opus 4.6 model. I love how much it's able to think big. And so I'm like, why should I assume that I know the best way to make every zap? I'm going to ask Claude to help me.
Yeah. Why not? We're all about saving time. So that is epic. Well, thank you so much for walking us through that.
This was a blast. Maybe
we can even go through and drop a link to some of those templates when you have a chance. Maybe Yuki has a link, because I think some people
for some reason it won't let me join the chat. I guess my YouTube is blocking me. But
you're on YouTube. Yeah, join via LinkedIn. That's where the party is. So so awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much. I'm gonna invite everyone here to connect with you on LinkedIn.
I'll drop those links in now.
Yeah, we are going to go through some trending topics, so feel free to jump in the chat. But thank you so much for the demo. And we've been fangirling over Zapier for a while, so it's nice to just be reminded about everything that's possible with this tool. So thank you so much for coming on, being the godson of my baby, and also just doing this demo.
Oh, of course. I love this show. Zapier's lucky to be a part of it. So thanks for having me on. I'll be here watching.
Of course. All right, we'll see you in the chat. Thanks, Ryan. Bye-bye. All right, folks. So we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. We are going to jump into trending topics. And I am curious, who has watched the #1 show on Netflix right now, which is the America's Next Top Model documentary? Anyone binge the whole thing, or is it just me while I'm while I've been sitting there bottle feeding my newborn and just have to watch something? If you haven't seen it, wow. It really does not paint the show in a good light. Tyra Banks is pretty unapologetic for the most part. There are just some things that went down behind the scenes that really blew my mind. Baby Zap. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, Ryan dropped the link to the templates if you want to go ahead and browse those. We love Zapier. We love Ryan. Go ahead and connect with him. And it got to the point where they were seemingly prioritizing entertainment over ethics. She needs to go. I did. Currently towards the end of episode 2. And I went into this, I really wanted to like Tyra Banks. I thought I was a fan, but after this, it's just like, whoa. Yeah, she's sorry. She's not sorry. She needs to go. Yeah, I think I thought I heard that even after this documentary, she used it kind of as a springboard to launch another cycle, another season. Zero empathy for people. Yikes. So I have a question for you, my fellow marketers and creators. As someone as Tyra seemingly put entertainment before ethics, what ethical guidelines have you set or followed when creating content? What are some things either that are just part of maybe your personal creed when making content, some lines that you'll never cross, or maybe in your work experience, there have been some ethical guidelines that you've always had in place for a particular company? I'll give you an example. I once did marketing and PR for a domestic violence shelter and nonprofit that helped victims of domestic violence. And we did a lot of storytelling about the families that would come and stay with us and how they overcame these horrific situations, but we would never use their picture and we would never use their real name, at least not without permission, just for their safety. So that is one thing that just sticks out in my mind. And that was my first job out of college, and it just really taught me about, doing the ethical thing first, even when you're trying to do your job. So yes, justice for Shandy and Danielle and Joni. Yes, all of them. It was really just And also I had no idea, I don't want to do any spoilers, but the whole Nigel J and Miss J thing, I had no idea there was a falling out there. That is my weekend watch. Yes, please report back, Kathy M. I feel like the truth about America's Next Top Model has come out in pieces for a few years, but this was all at once. Tyra passed the blame to viewers for wanting the drama. I cannot tell if Tyra really believes it or if she is just covering for herself. Yeah, this surprised me because when I saw she was featured in the documentary, I was like, oh, this is going to be her chance to turn a new leaf, to come clean, to really own it, to be part of the narrative and clear her name. And it's not really what happened. People will sign up for the new cycle, but I see it like American Idol. It will never be the same, and there are better ways to fame. Yeah, that's a good prediction. She will put profit over people, and that cannot be walked back. Oof. Facts. I did not enjoy her hosting Dancing with the Stars. That was so awful. That was, even with the script and stuff, that was just not her game. Yukthi says her ethical guidelines, her holy grail, never plagiarize. Yes. And if you are using someone's content for an idea, give the original creator some credit. Absolutely. Can't go wrong with that. You can sleep well at night if you do those things. Lathan, the birthday boy, says ethical guidelines are important. I think as long as you stay true and do your research and listen to all sides, it makes ethics easier and not a chore. Yeah. And I think with that, you need your boss and your manager to also be on board with you with, the ethical guidelines that you want to maintain. And if they clash, that could be a problem. Rapali says, what is the benefit for my audience? Is this for me or for others? Do your research before saying something. Yes. And Jesse says, if I ever have a single worry that something I've written or made, I'll send it to anyone who wants to give feedback before I ever hit send. Yes. Do a little gut check. Like if you're not feeling it, get a second opinion. So keep sharing your thoughts on this. I love kind of learning about your own personal views on this. I think everyone's going to have different answers to a question like this. So keep chiming in, but in the spirit of time, we're going to move on to Toy Story 5. And just when you thought they couldn't come up with another storyline, this one makes so much sense. Woody and Buzz and the gang, they are reuniting to try to save kids from technology, and they're up against what they're calling a lily pad, and it's an iPad, and it's kind of this this battle between classic traditional toys and this new age digital takeover that all these kids are playing with iPads and phones and forgetting to go outside and play with toys. So Monique is here. The TLDR is you missed a really awesome demo of Zapier Copilot, and there is a Taylor Swift Slack bot that you need in your life. But otherwise, we're just getting started with the trending topics. So, so happy you're here. Yeah, thanks, Amrapali. You saved me a breath. So my question for you on this, how could we reposition classic toys to attract a new generation of kids to more hands-on play in this age of digital devices? Like, what needs to happen? What does the narrative need to be about toys? Who do we need to get on board? What's the message? How do we really, join Woody and Buzz, if you will, and save a generation and encourage more kids to get outside and play and get off their screens? I think it's, at its core, it's a messaging thing that starts somewhere. So I'm curious to your answers about this. Ryan says Lego does a great job of this. Yes, so does I want to see some examples, Ryan, if you have them. But I know Fisher Price does a great job of this too. They had a whole campaign where they showed like everyday items and how they can be toys, like how a banana is actually a microphone and you can use your imagination and sing, with a banana. So it's just like using your imagination. Jared says that Toy Story trailer makes people think how people call kids iPad kids now. Ugh, that hurts. This is a good ethical rule. No punching down. I'll punch up or not at all. It has come to not joining into pile-ons. No humor that picks on anyone. Yes, I love that. Imagination through action. Tickle Me Richard Simmons. That might get kids on board. That would be fun. We've been needing a follow-up to Tickle Me Elmo. Jesse said they should have stopped after Toy Story 3. The fact that they're making Toy Story 5 after Woody willingly left is insane to me. Ooh, Jesse, so do you not like this plot line, though? I love this plot line. Imagination through action. Tell me more, Amrapali. Chris, back to question 1, talking about ethics. We kept our personal views and opinions out of our content. It was about what the audience wanted and needed or what was most helpful for them. Yeah, and I think this has changed a lot. Like brands, especially in 2020, a lot of brands came out and like joined in on, developed a point of view on everything. And now I think the trend is, your brand doesn't have to have a point of view on everything in culture. Pokemon Go and Webkins. There was a time that integrated toys like Barbie, Lego, and Hot Wheels, they integrated into apps. I think the approach has to be more about imagination. I think kids will gravitate to things that are fun, especially when not forced. Yeah, it reminds me, Pokemon Go and stuff like that. Yes, Fisher Price does kids' toys for adult shows like The Office, Emily in Paris, etc. Encourages the parents to be more interested in the play. I love that, Ryan. As a parent, I'm trying to take the approach of like trying to involve my kids. Oh my God, I never said my kids before. I have multiple. Crazy. Involve my kids into things that I'm already doing, but also get on the floor and get in their world too. But I think it's a great balance. I think gearing kids' toys towards parents could be an interesting way of looking at it too. It's a way for generations to bond. We love that. That is a good idea. Yeah, and just make it more intergenerational. Jesse, wait until Toy Story 20. Oh my gosh. One summer, my mom unplugged the TV. We already played with toys, went outside, and never owned video games. But we spent the summer without TV and went outside, played board games, cards, etc. And I bet it was a summer to remember. Any collab with Roblox will work. Awesome. All right, I have another question for our Hannah Montana fans. I was not a Hannah Montana girly. I am a full Lizzie McGuire era girly. However, I do love Miley Cyrus, and she is coming back for the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. And the way she described it, she said it is a way to thank the fans who have stood by her for 20 years. And it's going to be a special filmed in front of a live studio audience where Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy is actually going to interview her about the show's creation and some, never before seen footage and, fun facts, all those things. But I love that she said it was a gift for the fans to thank them for their loyalty. So on the heels of this, all these great answers about getting kids back outside, we all are part of this campaign now, it seems. My question for you is, how can brands show gratitude to long-term customers in meaningful ways? Did anyone get tickets for the Hillary Duff tour? I didn't, and I really wanted them. Well, I shouldn't say I really wanted them. I didn't even try, but I thought about going because she's kicking it off in West Palm Beach, which is where I live basically. And she hasn't toured in 18 years. And I feel like being at the first show would be pretty iconic, but I did not. Did you, Amy? Let me know. Toys are plastic, so we can be looking at Toy Story 200. Yeah, nothing decomposes. Oh my gosh, Red Rocks, Jared, that's on my concert bucket list. Good to know. I heard the queue was pretty crazy. So friends, how are we showing loyalty to our long-term customers? And stay tuned. I know we've got about 10 minutes left, but we've got our pop quiz coming up where you can win some Zapier merch. So stay tuned. I'm so sorry. Are there more like pre-sales and public sales and all that? Like, is this giving you Eras Tour vibes and nightmares of the queue? Miley's brother is going to be almost 50 playing like he's in his 30s. I thought it was going to be that type of show, Jesse, that's like a just kind of bringing the show back and all the characters, but I think it's more of a sit down, kind of like the Friends reunion, if you watched that a couple years ago. But yeah, I am very here for this Hilary Duff revival. She deserves more of the spotlight. So yeah, a lot of thoughts on Hannah Montana. Any thoughts on showing gratitude to customers? Let me know. I know we're on a Hilary Duff fangirl little moment here. Yukthy says, oh, Sephora does this so well. Sephora should send me flight tickets at this point if they want to express gratitude. But they do have a good loyalty program, don't they, Yukthy? One of the best. I feel like anytime we talk about a loyalty program, Sephora and Starbucks are always the examples. What? We recently gave a Zapier branded WWE championship belt to a customer. What was the context around that? Because they were like the champ of all the Zaps. They had been building Zaps for so many years. I need the backstory on this. Amrapali says responding to them, creating special in-person events for them to be a part of, sharing a personal note. Yeah, sometimes it's just the little things. Lizzie McGuire. Jared, so happy you're here. A way to show loyalty is to try to add in more nostalgia factor items. Pokemon really hit its long-term customers with a monster game announcement last night. Ooh, I missed that. I know you know all the gaming and streaming, all those news. Were any of you there during the pop chat back on Twitter when I learned that my husband, during pop chat, I learned that my husband had like one of the original Pokemon Charizard cards. And I was like in the middle of pop chat being like, oh my God, and I posted a picture of it and stuff. That was like one of my craziest pop chat moments. I'm like, you can't tell me this now. I'm in the middle of this, but are we rich? Are we rich that we have this card? If it was in mint condition, it was like the card. It was worth like $400,000. But long story short, it got graded as a 4 for the condition that it was in. So he sold it for $4,000 and bought himself a guitar. So that was kind of a fun little story, but I wish it was in mint condition. Brands are part of our lives for better or worse. We want to be rewarded literally or metaphorically for our commitment. Listen to what they ask for. Give them something new in addition to nostalgia plays. Yeah, just be a good listener. Longtime customer, huge fan. Surprised him in person. That is the best. It's all my friends are talking about. Amazing. United Airlines just changed their loyalty program. Ooh, didn't know that. Surprise and delight. I think every brand should have a budget for this. Working in the community side of things is that you kind of get a reverse parasocial relationship with the people who are regularly in your comments. You can actually build that connection with those people. Yes, Jesse, and you are so good at this. Handwritten birthday card can go a long way. Bringing back crowd pleasers, Monique says, whatever that might be, if it's a product or a reference. McDonald's is just the king of that. Get me tickets to see Beyonce. Yes, I will be loyal forever. Yes, highly recommend sponsoring podcast host babies. This is a proven tactic that works really well. Pokemon is releasing its first generation game on Switch next Friday. First time ever it's being released again. Oh, speaking of nostalgia. All right, friends, great answers, but buckle up. If you want some Zapier merch, today might be your day. So we've got a pop quiz. Are you ready? Whoever answers this correctly first. All about surprise and delight for so long. Yes, hospitality. You would know, Amrapali. All right, drum roll. What is Miley Cyrus's real first name? It is not Miley. Miley was actually a nickname she got as a child because she was very smiley and very happy all the time, very happy child. And over time, Smiley, Hannah Montana Cyrus. That would be a good one. Imagine, but no, that is not the answer. But you might get Zapier merch anyway, Ryan. So there are no losers here. So over time, yeah, she shortened it, and Miley Cyrus became her stage name. You guys. You guys are on it. To no one's surprised at all. Jason is first, and I think he's undefeated being first with Pop Chat trivia. But he's gotten his Zapier merch. So Jason, if you would allow us to graciously award the merch to our second place winner, and that is Jared. Yay, Jared. Awesome. So you're going to get some Zapier merch. Destiny Hope Cyrus. Yeah, Amy's got the full name. Smiley Cyrus. Aw. Oh no, I started seeing answers before I heard the question. Lauren, Oregon. That would be quite the spinoff. That would be quite. Jason has a time machine. He's got to like tell everyone what his internet hookup is. So, yeah, Jared, congrats. Yukthy, I think, will be in touch, and she will send you a DM, and we'll get you some merch. Lauren, Oregon. Can we make this a full game? Like, what other names besides Hannah Montana and Lauren, Oregon rhyme? Let's do that. Aw, I know. Sometimes there is a lag. All right, friends, we're at 158. I want to do a quick rapid fire in case you missed it. And Jared, speaking of being our winner, he's going to love this. I did want to give a shout out to Alyssa Liu, who won gold last night in women's figure skating. But the really cool thing, can I make this smaller? Yeah. I found on Twitter the graphic designer behind Team USA, and Jared, you probably know her, McLean Broussard. And she was saying that she had trouble choosing the perfect image for this photo because Alyssa Liu is just so joyous. I love McLean. She is my bestie. Well, tell her she's gotten a Pop Chat shout out. I was hoping she shared this on LinkedIn too, but it looks like it's just on Twitter. It's going viral. She designed this awesome graphic. And if you haven't watched Alyssa Liu's performance, it's truly flawless. So go ahead and watch that, and also connect with McLean because she's very talented. And I just love spotlighting the creators behind some of these, iconic brands like Team USA. Oh no, I'm sorry. Did I spoil it that she got gold? I'm sorry. Her win. I know. Pop Chat Zapier trivia belt. Yeah, we might have to make you something like that, Jason, for being so just undefeated. I'm sorry, Monique. I'm sorry. Stay off Twitter too, because it's over there as well. But yeah, the men's free skate, I'm still not over. What's his name? It's a complicated name. I can't remember it. Ilion? I am so sorry. It's online. Oh, I'm sorry, friends, but go ahead and watch it. Here, this might be a little cleansed. This is the most wholesome thing I've seen on the internet in a while. Ricky Martin visited a coffee shop, and a sign inside said he could sip coffee.
¡Hey! ¡Qué casualidad! Beso y abrazo. Look at this. Look.
Take a picture with Keegan.
And the staff is just shook. Ilya, thank you. Ilya Malinin, yes. Oh yeah, she did say that. I watched the replay and they bleeped it out. But yeah, he just walked into this coffee shop randomly in Miami and his name.
¡Hey! ¡Qué casualidad! Beso y abrazo. Look at this. Look.
Take a picture with Keegan.
What are the odds? Aw. Thank you. I'm so sorry to spoil it. And yes, we had to talk about Hillary Duff, obviously. Isn't that cute? Yes, Drake May, if he wants to come down to Florida and escape some of that weather. Yes, I did. Yeah, so try to get your tickets. I didn't get any, but I might look at them. And yeah, Amy, I really hope you get your tickets. Also, did we see that Buffalo Wild Wings won a lawsuit they were being sued because people were saying that their boneless wings were actually just chicken nuggets and not truly a deboned chicken wing. And they won the lawsuit and did a promo for BOGO free wings. So we love a fun marketing promo. And lastly, I just want to point out, I don't know if you've seen this, but the grandson of the guy who founded Reese's peanut butter cups kind of went on this crusade, contacting the corporate brand and editorial team at Reese's and called them out for using peanut butter style creams and coatings and not real ingredients in his grandfather's beloved Reese's peanut butter cup. And it went viral. In fact, Mr. Beast retweeted it and said, this is why with his brand, they use real peanut butter. And if you're not following Brad Reese on LinkedIn, you can follow along. This is like a full ongoing thing that he's trying to, saying what? What did I say? Saying that for years. Yeah, the chicken wings, boneless wings are just rebranded nugs. Yeah. So wait, so you think they should have lost a lawsuit? Does this make you mad? I think they're after your heart though by, offering free boneless wings. So go get your BOGO wings and go follow Brad Reese on LinkedIn if you want some LinkedIn tea. But otherwise, it's 2:03. I want to thank you all so much for joining us for Pop Chat today. Special thanks to Ryan and the team at Zapier for hanging out with us, showing us the Taylor Swift Slackbot, showing us Copilot and how we can just take the guesswork out of making these zaps and start automating things to make our lives easier and give us some time back. So go make your daily digest. This will be recorded if you want to go back and watch how we did that. But seriously, all of you, thank you so much. And I'll see you next Friday. Next Friday, the 27th. The 27th. I'll see you then. Everyone have a great weekend. Happy birthday to Lathan. And I'll see you next time. They need to just debone the wing. Chris says, but if using high quality peanut butter changes the flavor of Reese's, I'm out. Ooh. But I think they initially did. And then somewhere along the way they tried cutting corners and now it's different. I wonder if they changed it for like allergy purposes. I wonder if it's that artificial that it's not real peanut butter. But you know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to ruin Reese's for me. Everyone, go enjoy National Comfy Day. Thank you so much just for showing up to this chat. I have so much fun hanging out with you guys. And I'll see you next time. I got to go shift back into mom mode. See you soon. Bye, friends.